कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविताशाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकि कोकिलम्। रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताया पतये नमः। जयत्याश्रितसन्त्रास ध्वान्तविध्वंसनोदयः प्रभावान् सीतया देव्या परमव्योमभास्करः परमव्योमभास्करः।
श्रीमते निगमान्त महादेशिकाय नमः। While Rama requested Vishwamitra to tell him the life history of how Ganga originated, how she flows, and how she reaches Sagaram, the destination, and how Gangotpatti was connected to his lineage, Vishwamitra said, "Let me describe the product of Ganga, the son of Ganga, Gangeya or Kartikeya first." So Kartikeya Charitram or Kumara Sambhavam was described by Vishwamitra to Rama first. Bhaktaschaya Kartikeye Kakutstha Bhuvi Manavaha Ayushman Putra Pautraischa. Those people who listen to Kumara Sambhavam mentioned in Srimad Ramayanam shall live happily with their children and grandchildren. Skandasa Lokyata Vrajet, says Valmiki here. Now, Sagara Chakravarti, he had two wives. The first wife was called Keshini. Sagara Chakravarti came in the lineage of Ikshvaku much before Rama and Dasharatha. So, Sagara Chakravarti had a wife called Keshini, and through Keshini he had a son called Asamanjas. Later, Asamanjas had a son called Amshuman. Similarly, the same Sagara Chakravarti was married to the sister of Garuda. This sister of Garuda, called as Sumati, was given in marriage to Sagara Chakravarti. Their children, they were many in number. I'm sure a lot of you will be shocked when I tell you this number. 60,000 sons. Most parents will die the moment they listen to this number itself. Bringing up one son or one daughter itself is a challenge now. 60,000 sons. So either they could have been 60 sons who had the power, each one had the power of 1,000 men, so it could have been 60,000 sons. That could be another way to look at it. 60,000 sons is what Ramayanam mentions. Shashtihi putra sahasrani tumba bhedad vinisritaha gritapurneshu kumbheshu dhatrastan samabadhayan tasya parvanitam yajnam यजमानस्य वासवः राक्षसीं तनुमास्थाय यज्ञिथाम् अपहरात्. So this Sagara Chakravarti, having had such a huge family, being a great king, he wanted to perform the Ashwamedha Yajnam. As mentioned in one of my previous talks, in those days, if a king performs 100 Ashwamedha Yajnams successfully without any interruption, then that person will become the next Indra. If the same king performs 1,000 Ashwamedha Yajnams successfully, he will become the power to ascend the throne of Brahma. So this worry was always there in that existing Indra that nobody should be competing with him. So the moment he heard that Sagara Chakravarti was performing Ashwamedha Yajnam, he came and stole the sacrificial horse, Ashwa. If that Ashwa is stolen, then you cannot continue that Ashwamedha Yajnam. You have to find that horse. So since Indra stole that away, people did not know who would have stolen. We know, because we are reading Ramayana, but the king and his sons did not know. So the 60,000 sons of Sagara Chakravarti were told by the father to go in search of the horse. So they all go in search of the horse. They start searching on Mother Earth. Who is Mother Earth? Yasyeyam vasudha kritsna vasudevasya dhimataha mahishi madhavasyaisha sayeva bhagavan prabhuhu. So there is a Gayatri for Bhumi Devi also. Vishnupatni Mahim Devi Madhavi Madhava Priyam Lakshmi Priyasakhin Devi Priyam Achyuta Vallabham Dhanurdharayai Vidmahe Sarvashatyai cha Dhimahe Tanno Dhara Prachodayat. So the one who is the Dhara, Madhavi, Madhava Priya, she is Medini, Vasundhara, Vasumati. All these names are given to Bhumi Devi. So now they started searching on Mother Earth. They couldn't find that particular sacrificial horse. It is said in Ramayanam that they started digging the earth very deep. That is when they saw the elephants which are bearing the earth. Virupakshaha Mahapadmaha Saumanasaha Bhadraha, says Valmiki. So then, after they started digging, they found the Phanamandalam of Adisesha who is supporting Mother Earth. They stopped there. Then they thought they should continue searching on earth, and then they found an ashramam at a distance. They went closer to it. It was Kapila Ashrama. So some scholars opine that Kapila Ashramam is near Ganga Sagar in West Bengal. Whereas the great sage of Kanchi, Chandrasekharendra Saraswati, called Paramacharya, he was of the opinion that this place where Kapila Ashramam existed was actually a forest. So instead of Kapila Ashramam, it used to be called Kapila Ranyam. Kapila Maharishi performed penance there. So because of that, Kapilaranyam was a very famous name. Kapilaranyam, in his opinion, later due to various modifications, in his opinion became California. And though that particular horse which was stolen by Indra and placed in Kapilashramam, that horse is Ashwam, right? So this horse island is still found in California, is what Paramacharya used to state. And those 60,000 sons, they thought that this sacrificial horse is found in Kapila Ashramam. So Kapila Maharishi must have stolen. So they go attacking with all weapons to Kapila Muni. So Kapila Muni opens his eyes and does a hunkaram. Abhyadhavanta samkruddhas tishtha tishteti chabruvan asmakam tvam hi turagam yajniyam kritavanasi, with a hunkaram. Kapila Maharishi does the hunkaram and all the 60,000 sons turn into a heap of ashes. So there is an island, Paramacharya remarks that there is an island called Ash Land or Ash Island in California. So Ash Land, Horse Land, California, all of these are associated with Kapila Muni, is what he used to state. Now, the moment these turn into heap of ashes, imagine the father's state. He does not know where the horse is. Now he has to search for the 60,000 sons. So he dispatches his other son called as Asamanjas to go in search of the sons. He finds a heap of ashes, and that is when he returns back to his father saying that I found a heap of ashes, not the 60,000 brothers that I have. So Sagara Chakravarti was very upset. Then he sends his grandson Amshuman to go in search of the horse and the other 60,000 sons. Amshuman goes, and there he finds that the 60,000 sons have turned into a heap of ashes. Now, how to bring these people back to life, or how to get them good sadgati? Probably using oceanic waters or any river water is when he thinks. That is when Garuda appears and says, Garuda says, with worldly waters you can never bring emancipation to these 60,000 sons who are my sister's sons. Chandala dudakat sarpad vairudyad brahmanadapi damshtribhyascha pashubhyascha maranam papa karmanam udakam pindadanam cha natesham tu vidhiyate. So this Amshuman, he realizes that Garuda says that you have to get divine waters. But where will he go for divine waters? Because the divine waters known to the public was Ganga water. It is found somewhere in the heaven, somewhere at a great height. How to bring that? he fails to bring Ganga waters. Similarly, his son Dilipa fails to bring the Ganga waters. Next comes Bhageeratha. Bhageeratha wants to give emancipation to his forefathers and also complete that yajna. That is when he performs a penance towards Brahma. Gangayaha patanam rajanna prithvi na sahishyate tam vai dharayitum rajanna nanyam pashyami shulinaha. Brahma says, Bhageeratha, I am impressed with your penance. You have performed the best of austerities. I shall surely grant you Ganga. But the problem is, Bhageeratha, if Ganga waters come from my Kamandajalam to Bhumi, Bhumi cannot withstand that force, that intensity with which Ganga comes. There is only one whom I can think of who can withstand all that pain. You pray to Rudramurti, Mahadeva, he will come and bless you. Bhageeratha doesn't leave his prayatnam, his efforts. He now does severe austerities to Lord Shiva, Mahadeva. With one leg folded, the other leg extended in Panchamagni, he lights fire all the sides, looks up at the fifth fire, which is the blazing sun, puts his hands pointedly upwards and performs intense austerities. Pritasteham narasreshtha karishyami tava priyam shirasa dharayishyami shailaraja sutamaham. I pray to Lord Shiva that he should bless me that Ganga waters he can bear. Now Lord Shiva appears and says, with your prayatnam Bhageeratha and with your noble cause, generally when people pray to me they will come up with all unique ideas, but you have come with a noble cause. Ganga waters should not purify just your forefathers, the world. So I will grant you, I will bear Ganga. Ask Brahma to send. So Brahma opens the tap and Ganga waters start coming. There is a beautiful way that I have heard how Shiva went. So as the water started flowing, imagine there is a cloud burst. Shiva, very handsome. When Mahadeva is described, he is described as the one who is very fair, very handsome. And he applies ashes throughout the body. So there is a tinge of grey hue in his body and he applies it all through the body. And there he wears the hide of a elephant, of a tiger. He has got the sholam, he has got, matted locks, and he has got nice kundalam, he has got Chandra, this Ardha Chandra there, and then he goes running the top, one peak after the other, and opens his matted locks like a big mat, and then waters come into his matted locks. Ganga came with the arrogance that nobody can hold me tight. Shiva wanted to bring down this arrogance of Ganga. So he holds Ganga waters tight and ties them. Not even one water can leak from his head. Sa tasmin patita punya punye rudrasya murdhani himavad pratime rama jata mandala vadvare. Then Bhageeratha requested Lord Shiva, Sir, I have been praying for years together to Brahma and now to you to get Ganga waters to earth. Now to bring down her arrogance, for that cause you have held her tight. Please release little Ganga. Then he opens one small knot of his matted locks and Ganga starts flowing in a stream. Now Valmiki mentions of how she distributes herself. Towards the eastern direction she went in three different ways. Hladini, Pavini, Nalini. Towards the west, she went as Suchakshu, Sita, Sindhuhu. And the seventh distributary is what that followed Bhageeratha, who went on a chariot, because he has to take her leader to the ashes. So only if we keep Kapila Ashramam in this West Bengal region, we can get very close to the topography. So Ganga water started following the Ratham of Bhageeratha. From then onwards, she is called as Bhageerathi. Now, this waters, when it reached the heap of ashes, it had to emancipate. But there was something that happened in the middle. What happened? This Ganga, who became Bhageerathi and followed Bhageeratha's chariot, there is another aspect associated with Ganga. One, whether she was able to bring emancipation to the forefathers of Bhagiratha, who had the 60,000 sons turned into a heap of ashes. And second is, she is referred to as Tripathaga by Rama himself. Why is she called Tripathaga? Second, were there any impediments in her flow? 3. All this should be answered, but there is a beautiful composition on Ganga Devi. Gange mam pahi girisha shira sthite gambhira gaye sangeeta vadya priye angajata tamude hasi varuna madhye Hakrura pujite akhila jananande sakala tirthamule sadguru guhalile varajanhubane vyasadi krupale Gange. This particular Ganga, who has been revered so much, why is she called Tripathaga? Was she able to bring emancipation to the forefathers of Bhagiratha? Next episode.
Dear Astika reader, I am happy to be authoring a 2-part book on the Ramayana in English. The first part is slated for release in the year 2024. The book aims to recreate and retell the Ramayana of Valmiki, conforming to the ancient commentaries and other allied literature. To receive notifications of the book release, kindly register with www.deshikadaya.org/books. Namaskaram.